Hi, good morning. We've opened in the green for the equity markets here in India, and the benchmarks opened quite strong, but they've given up those early gains. They're now trading with just a bit of a sliver in the green, the Nifty 50 and the Sensex just defending that green zone right now. Let's look a little closer as to what exactly is happening in the Nifty 50 constituents. You've got at this juncture about 28 advances and about 22 declines, and more or less shuffling within that range of even Stevens, equal gainers and losers. On the top of the screen you have UPL that's gaining about 4%, Hindalco is doing well in trade, SBI is gaining about 2.2%, BPCL, ONGC, Bajaj Finance all looking reasonably strong. Kotak Bank after its results yesterday 1.6%, and also of course Mr. Kotak saying that he will stay till at least December of 2023 at the helm of the bank. On the losing end you have Tata Consumer that's losing 2.8%, Wipro that's down 1.4%, Reliance Industries coming off the low point of the day but still down about 1% or so in trade today. Of course it has lost ground over the last few sessions. Shree Cement down about 0.9%, and then the rest of the names out there. Titan is also losing ground again. But the real action, I would say, is in the broader markets today, because if you zoom out and you look at the market breadth overall, you have about 1,300 advances and about 460 declines. And the reason is that you have quite a bit of strength that is visible in the small cap and the mid cap indices. You have the small cap index that is currently gaining about 0.9%, and the mid cap index that is off the day's high, but it's still gaining about 1.2% or thereabouts. So quite a lot of action going on in that space. One name I will mention is Tata Steel BSL, which is the erstwhile Bhushan Steel, which is doing incredibly well for itself. It's gained about 50% over the last couple of sessions. Is that indication that the metals pack has gone too hot too quickly? Well, some analysts certainly think that the run-up has been very substantial, and it bears watching as of now, and certainly that is something that you should bear in mind. What are the factors that are affecting sentiment right now? Well, COVID-19 cases have now dropped for a second day in a row. They came in at 3.57 lakh today, and that's significantly lower than what we saw at the end of last week, which was the 4 lakh number, as you know by now. Is this indicative of a possible peak in cases? I think it's a little too early to say, but it's certainly positive that we're not seeing a ratcheting up of cases that we've seen over the last couple of months. We'll have to watch for what happens on that front. And foreign institutional investors are continuing to pile to the exits. In yesterday's session, they sold about 2,300 crore rupees worth of equity on a net basis, and that coupled with what they sold on Friday is a significant amount. Remember, on Friday they sold 3,500 crore rupees of equities on a net basis, and domestic institutional investors have only bought to the extent between those two sessions of about 1,000 crore rupees. So they're not really bridging that gap and matching that selling pressure that is coming in from foreign institutional investors. So going forward, I would say wait and watch mode on the earnings outlook front, based on what the companies are saying will be the impact of the second wave of the pandemic, and also on the front of the COVID-19 virus and how quickly we are able to curb infections and bring them lower.